Hello Reformers and welcome back to Mountain Blade Warband. Now when we left off I went on a bit of a rant about desert bandits, didn't I? Ah yes, desert bandits. Ugh. I just rolled my eyes very deeply right there, and we are now trying our best to recuperate ourselves. Don't worry, I'm not going to show all of my recuperation, but I felt like this was kind of important. Mainly because, well, it's actually not important at all. I just thought it was quite interesting because what happened was I was visiting the Rodok towns because I was looking for my companions, of course. I've already found Forentis, and obviously we already had Beheshtur, but that was it. I've basically only found Forentis so far, which is actually kind of bad, considering we don't have Jeremus and we don't have Lezelit. Both of those two companions are very important. The rest of them, not so much. I'm not going to discredit them and make them seem like they are worth less than the others, but in general, the party skills that they have are much better. Anyway, the point is, we have an army consisting solely of Saranid footmen and Saranid recruits. Oh yeah, by the way, I bought some new armor, because it's about time that I got some new armor, and also the various bandits and things, they stole my shoes. So I decided, hey, you know what? It's about time I buy some good shoes. They also stole my mace, so I also decided to buy an axe. And now these items and weapons and things, they were all found in the Saranid towns. So I don't know whether it counts, whether it's really a Saranid weapon or not, but I don't really mind, to be honest. I don't really mind because I'm basically using what I can get right here. And these guys are, well, as you can see, kind of slaughtering us. I do have 75, so I was hopeful that numbers would prevail here, but it seems like the small amount of Swadian knights that they have available for battle are causing us a great deal of difficulty. Now, obviously, this is the main reason why I wanted to show this, because personally, I feel like part of the charm with Mountain Blade in general is the struggle that one goes through when you have these kinds of situations cropping up. You know, these struggles that everyone that has played Warband in the past has gone through, and it happens more and more often in mods and things, obviously, and in general, it is going to happen sometimes if you are a bit risky with your decision making, like I am, in Native as well. Because even though Native, in general, is regarded as being one of the easiest experiences ever, it is still a bit dangerous. You know, it's still a bit dangerous if you allow it to be. And obviously I allowed it to be because, you know, I'm great. I'm fantastic at allowing the AI to get an upper hand because, you know, overconfidence is definitely one of my weaknesses when it comes to Warband and in general, I suppose. I mean, if I am overconfident in a strategy game, for example, if I'm overconfident in a strategy game, then I'm going to be like, oh yes, but I have all of these things, and I have this amazing mechanoid walker that can shoot pulse beams out of its eyes, and all that sort of thing, and then I'm just like, oh, but it died, so now I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that happens, so I gotta, you know, sort of reel myself in a little bit. Gotta make sure that I stay, you know, grounded as much as possible when, you know, I'm playing here. So anyway, yeah, that was quite the bloodbath, was it not? Yes, look at that. We lost 20 Saranid footmen, and we only killed, well, 29 of them, and obviously 6 were wounded, but look at that. They actually had 6 Swadian knights and 5 Swadian man-at-arms. Now, what I was initially doing here, hilariously enough, is I was attempting to help a village. Yeah, I was attempting to help a village. Now, I'm not going to be taking any of these because even though they could potentially be useful in our quest to become powerful again, I feel like that is spoiling the sort of roleplay element that we had. You know, the very loose roleplay element. Obviously, I'm not sticking to it very strictly in regards to our weapon use, but obviously my armor use is quite strict in that regard anyway. Obviously, my shield is also not, you know, roleplay-esque or anything like that. So that's the reason why I'm not going to be taking these prisoners, even though they would be very welcome to join. There you go. Alright, so basically what I'm doing here is I was basically in Veluca, right? And I was looking around and I found... Did I find Forentis there or did I find him? I'm not entirely sure where I found him. I think I found him in Uxkhal. But yeah, anyway, point is, we have a bunch to level up. and I was speaking to someone in the tavern, and there's a very good reason why I was doing that. I'm going to just get footmen for now. I'm actually going to level up as many horsemen as I can, and then we're going to see what we can do. I think I'm actually just going to level up about 15 horsemen, maybe 15 to 20 horsemen, because we have 93, and I personally feel like having about 20, maybe even 25 cavalry in an army composition is pretty good, because that's going to enable you to get some really nice flanking action going on. And obviously, you're then going to be able to go in with your infantry. And I think we're probably going to have about 30 infantry. So if we have, let's say we have 50 total now, consisting of horsemen and infantry. So maybe we could increase our horsemen. So maybe we can increase them by about 10. So we have 30 of each. And then we have 30 archers. So that takes us so adequately to 90, and obviously we have 93 spaces, and obviously we do have companions as well, so we do need to take them into account. So we'd probably have about, 20 to 25 archers. I think that would be a pretty good balanced army composition, and considering the Sarranids are not all that bad when it comes to their stats in general, there are better units out there, but they do everything reasonably well. They're not exactly great, but they're also not really bad, so I think it's pretty cool the way that we're doing things right now. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? I actually don't know. Didn't I say I was going to increase my agility because I wanted to get more in riding skill and shield and things like that? And I don't know why I was even doing that, to be honest, because agility, okay, yeah, that's fine. I guess I'm actually just going to go for some more power throw. Yeah, I'm going to do it, because power throw is the best. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Right, so we have some bandits here. And we don't have enough units to fight them. Right, okay, so yeah, I'm just going to wait here for some time, and I'll see you when we're in the battle, I guess. Alright, so I rested for maybe 12 hours or so, I don't even know, 12 hours in-game, and there's 36 bandits. I think we should be able to do this because we have farmers with us, and they're going to act a little bit as fodder. I don't really like to call them fodder, because obviously they're just innocent villagers. Villagers. Yes, innocent villagers. Yeah, well, they are innocent villagers as well, but, the point is that, they're innocent, they haven't done anything wrong. And it's, it's kind of nice to save as many of them as possible as Forentis gets knocked unconscious instantly. Isn't that always the way? Oh yeah, by the way, this armor cost about 4,200. It's not the best, it's actually rusty. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it was the best I could get at the time, and I kind of just wanted to get myself a bit of an upgrade. And it is a pretty significant upgrade. It gives me about 20 extra body armor than what I had previously. And also, didn't I buy the boots? Yeah, I bought the boots. They were about 3,200, and they're okay. They give me about 32 leg armor, which is, yeah, it's pretty reasonable. It's not the best, but it's reasonable. I think it's a little bit lower than the maximum amount of leg armor that you can get from boots. And as you can see, I actually don't have gloves as far as I'm aware. I think they stole my gloves as well, but I didn't obviously realize that at the time, but they stole my gloves. And I bought this axe, of course, and this axe, I think... How much was the axe now? I think it was about 5... No, wait, it was 8,000, actually. Yeah, it was about 8,000. And, oh yeah, I've also just got my weekly wages, so that might be the reason why we have gained a bit of cash back, because I actually had 13,000, and then I gained about 5,500 from our wonderful enterprises. So, yeah, everything's going, a little bit better in terms of us being able to, obviously get ourselves back on our feet. Oh, yeah, no, we don't want to take any of those recruits. Thank you very much. But, yeah, there we go. We've saved the village, and we've gained some honor as a result, and that's pretty decent. Oh, yeah, I should also probably mention the most hilarious thing happened. Yeah, about... I don't even know, about just a couple of in-game hours. Literally, I just started moving from my previous sort of location in the middle of the desert here after being defeated so handily by those desert bandits. Yeah, I started moving, and almost instantaneously, the Sarranids made peace with the Kurgids. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, You really did me like that, huh? Yes, you really did me like that, and they did. Yes, they certainly did. Anyway, yeah, this is not gonna be consisting of the entire episode, by the way. I'm just not gonna, you know, I'm not just going to run around and, you know, recruit companions and, you know, talk your ear off or anything like that. We're just going to, you know, have a bit of a chill time. I'm gonna be cutting away for the most part. I'm gonna go to most of the towns that I can. And yeah, obviously I can't go to Swadian towns or anything like that, but they only have... Oh my. I did not even realize that, but apparently Suno has been taken by the Rodox. Right. Okay, well there you go. So yeah, while I was over here trying to take Asugan Castle and Distar Castle and all those castles, it appears that the Rodox have finally launched their offensive against the Swadians and taken Suno. Wow, that is pretty impressive. That is very, very impressive indeed. And it seems like a number of Swadian vassals are now defecting, which is obviously to be expected. Anyway, we're going to go... Oh no, I'm going to be attacked, aren't I? Oh my. Oh, well, at least I have a pretty good shield. You know, I have a pretty good shield. And also, I think... Didn't I buy some extra... Did I buy some extra throwing... No, I actually thought... Oh no, I've actually... I bought a Bardiche. Yes, I actually bought a Bardiche as well, didn't I? Oh no, never mind. I was actually thinking of buying a Bardiche, but I actually bought additional throwing weapons, like I said I was going to. So you can treat this episode more as an update episode, and you can just kind of see what we're doing here. Ymira, Marnid, okay. Oh, Marnid is actually pretty useful. Okay, so yeah, he's a down on his luck trader. And he has a pretty decent amount of trade, actually. Oh yeah, he has 3 trade skill, which is okay. But what we're mainly going to be using him for is right to rule boost. Yes, go off and get me that right to rule, thank you very much. That sweet, sweet right to rule. Yes, exactly. And yeah, we're just going to go to the various towns, as I said. And we're going to just try and find our old companions while our forces, which as you can see are actually leveling up pretty nicely. And I'm doing this all by myself, basically, because I don't think either of these layabouts, don't think they have trainer skill. Okay, so what I've been doing is I went over to Praven, and I basically found no one there except a traveler. And as we know, travelers, you can actually ask where your lost companions are. Now, the only unfortunate thing is, I asked him where, well, basically I wanted to ask him where Lezelit and Jeremus are, and I couldn't see their names. Not entirely sure why. Maybe it's because we have so many companions that we have let go. And he told me where Beartilde is, he told me where Nizar is, and Nizar is, well, apparently he was in Yalen, but I just checked that and he wasn't there, so that's kind of strange. So I decided, hey, you know what, okay, fine. We're going to go over here because there were a couple of companions in this area, and I thought maybe if they're going to swap positions or something with the lost ones, then maybe we'll find Jeremus or something like that, because Jeremus is obviously the most important. But as it happens, we do actually have another village infestation here, so apparently this is the episode that this is turning into. Yes, apparently. A bandit infestation purging of sorts, and yeah. I actually don't mind that too much, because it's one of those things that we haven't really participated in. And I'm pretty interested to see how we handle it, because obviously we do have some pretty low-level units, and it's kind of cool to see, you know, those units level up in gritty and bloody battles. And hopefully not me get killed as well. Yeah, exactly. If I could actually speak properly, that would be great. If I could actually make sentences that are understandable. Yes, that would be good as well. Anyway, the point is, we must eliminate these mountain bandits, these scoundrels, the scourge of Kadelka, which is apparently where we are right now. And yeah, these guys really don't do that much damage. I'm actually kind of surprised that we're losing anyone right now, but I suppose in enough numbers, the bandits, you know, focusing down one target or whatever, they're most likely going to be able to deal some pretty significant damage. Unfortunately, I don't have my blunt, you know, I don't have my blunt mace anymore, my hammer. So mostly, you know, oh my, really? They killed my horse? I'm actually really surprised by that. How dare you? How dare you kill my horse? I am very surprised about that. Well, never mind. I have another one, I think. So yeah, we're just going to allow that, and yeah, I'm not going to take anything there. Okay, so yeah, I do actually have another hunter horse here, so we can just let that lame one go over there, and then obviously once we have wound treatment back, which we do actually have 1 in wound treatment, so I suppose that's pretty good, but yeah. Also doing this does give us a pretty handy amount of experience. So yeah, it's not actually just getting honor or anything, it's actually getting some pretty decent experience as we go. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're just going to go to Tolga on screen here, and then I'll, you know, if we don't find anyone, then I'm going to obviously just search for people off screen. I might actually go down into Saranid territory, because as you can see I only have 46 because we lost so many in that one battle. I actually had 76 or something along those lines when we first went in there, so probably going to need to do that. There's also a tournament here. I'm not going to be doing that. I did do a tournament off screen, but oh wow, there's literally no one here. Yeah, but it didn't really seem necessary for me to show that, to be honest, because, you know, we've all seen a tournament, and yeah, it wasn't particularly eventful. I managed to get, I think it was one-handed most of the time, one-handed and a lance most of the time, so I was pretty happy with that. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to go up to Ikamo real quick just to check for the companions, and then I'm going to be recruiting some more Saranids. There might be a slight problem with going to Ikamo though, because there are huge amounts of step bandits. Oh no. Is this going to be a similar thing, a similar situation to the time where we were eliminated by desert bandits? I very much hope it isn't, but you know how it can be. You know how it can be. We're probably going to suffer a lot of casualties. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's one of those things. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's just, you know, you try your best, and then step bandits out of nowhere, and then they're just like, what's up? And then you're just like, oh, really? You really want to do this? You really want to do this? Is everyone charging in? I hope everyone's charging in. Did I tell everyone to charge? I'm not entirely sure. Well, now they are, at the very least. And yeah, hopefully the skirmishers are... Wow, the skirmishers are actually getting some pretty decent kills. I really actually wouldn't mind if the Saranids had a dedicated skirmisher upgrade tree. I think that would be pretty cool for them to be thrown weapon specialists. And I mean, in general, they are actually pretty decent at using their thrown weapons, but obviously they do upgrade initially, well, eventually, should I say, and, you know, become archers. And that's a bit of a shame to me, because I actually think the Saranids are really, really good at using their thrown weapons, and I know that some factions in mods, you know, Pendor and Perisno and, you know, things like that, they, you know, they do a pretty good job with utilizing thrown weapons for the most part. I know specifically in Pendor, the Empire is pretty good with their throwing weapons, and obviously the Fyhrr's Vein as well. But obviously they do have some dedicated ranged units too, but it seems like in Pendor specifically, they do merge the infantry and the thrown weapon specialization together. So, you know, and even in some cases, you know, for example, the Shadow Legion Centurions and things, they also use thrown weapons, and they're cavalry, so you can imagine how powerful they are. Yeah, they're pretty powerful. Anyway, I think we're done here. Yeah, wow, we didn't lose anyone. They really picked a fight that they could not win, and it reminds me of me. Yes, it reminds me of me only an episode ago, attempting to take a castle. Isn't that hilarious? Oh no. Okay, well, it seems like we just have to mop this guy up, and then we'll be heading on to recruit some more Saranids, I guess. Oh my. Yeah, this is not good, is it? No, this is not good at all. Okay, so apparently it was not a good idea for me to head into any town at night, because literally I am being massacred. Well, not massacred, because they obviously cannot stand up to my new armor. No, it seems like my new armor is helping me out quite a bit. Ah, bandits. When will you learn? Well, these are forest bandits. Desert bandits have already received their diplomas, their PhDs, and all kinds of things, because no doubt they're going to be ruling the world very soon. Ah, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Not for Christmas, but this is exactly what I wanted, because we are going to head to the nearby desert bandit hideout, and we're going to be eliminating that hideout, because there it is, it's right there. and we are going to make them pay. We are going to make them pay for what they did to us in the previous episode, and they will not even know what hit them. I should probably level up my units before we do that. There's a number of them that have leveled up from the various fights that we've had. Obviously the yes, fighting those step bandits was actually pretty good, and we are gaining some pretty nice amounts of experience from the trainer as well. But anyway, let's go for should I go for more infantry? Maybe. Yeah, I think we'll go for a little bit more infantry, and we'll go for some horsemen. Need to make sure that we keep a pretty decent balance. We don't want to offset anything at the moment. There are so many desert bandits. Yes, we're going to make sure that they rule the day, that they tackled Barney Beartilde and his amazingly bare hands. Because, did you get it? Beartilde, bare hands. Ah, well, never mind. He does have bare hands, but I'm not entirely sure whether he has raw bare hands. Yeah, okay. I think you get it. Why not? Alright, anyway, the point is, we're going to be taking these guys down, and they are not going to know what hit them. Have they seen us? I would think that they would have already seen us. Maybe they need... no, they don't need spectacles. But I think I do. Ooh, lovely damage. That's what you get. Okay, well, maybe we can do a little bit... Oh, really? Come on now. You terrible, terrible person. How dare you? How dare you survive? How dare you dodge my ability to shoot these javelins? I'll throw these javelins anyway. I'm not actually very good at these, but oh well. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, that's what you get. Can I actually take this javelin? Oh, I can actually pick up some. I picked up some Jareds from him. Ah, okay. Well, I was hopeful that we wouldn't take any Saranid recruits into this particular fight, but apparently we have. Ah, well, that's a little bit unfortunate, I guess you could say. It's not very good. Yeah, there we go. In the back, in the spine. That is what you get. Yes, exactly. We want to make it as painful for them as possible. Yeah, there we go. It seems Barney has stolen some of their talent. Yes, it's Space Jam all over again. It is Space Jam all over again, but this time it is throwing weapon proficiency and accuracy instead of basketball skill. Yes. Thumbs up for those of you that actually know Space Jam, because that was one of my favorite movies, because it's just amazing. It's really good. Anyway, saw it when I was a child. Anyway, the point is, it's just very, very good. It is very good. Although, it has, well, maybe it's not, has it aged pretty well? I think it may have aged pretty well, but anyway, the point is, we are out of thrown weapons, and I will be unable to showcase the amazing abilities that we have stolen from the well, not the Saranids, I guess from the Desert Bandits. Are they actually any good at throwing weapons? I don't think so, actually. But, yeah, at the very least, we are going to be absolutely destroying these guys, and making sure they know never to trifle with a defeated Barney Beartilde ever again. And I'm sure that they don't know what I'm saying, because they can't hear me, can they? No, they can't hear me. They can hear Barney yelling and screaming at them, but I don't think that's going to convey anything intelligible. You know, it's just going to be random gibberish, like and various other Pyrish thing. Pyrish? Pirate, yes. Pyrish is pirate gibberish. Yeah, there you go. Pyrish is pirate gibberish. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, well, I'm not going to be taking any of these things. Bent Jared's not particularly worth it. I'm actually using heavy throwing spears as well as Jared's, so that's pretty good. And there you go, we have completed that quest. Haven't we? Yep, there we go. And now I can go back to Emir Hamazan, and we can speak to him. If he is not here, I'm going to be really annoyed. Nope, there he is. I don't have to hunt him down and use my newly found thrown weapon proficiency against him, do I? No. There you go. So there's 1,500 dinars. That's pretty nice. We gain a little bit of relation, and we also get our companions leveled up, although they're particularly not the companions that I really wanted to level up, but I suppose it's absolutely fine. Anyway, I'm going to be spending a little bit of extra time off screen. As I say, I've already spent quite a bit off screen trying to find our companions, but it seems like they might be in the northern areas of Calradia, and we might fight a couple of Sea Raiders to level up our units a little bit more. But for now, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.